Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've not done already, please click the subscribe button and follow me across all my social media platforms. Links are in the description box below. Listen, this one, Viva la Mexico. Listen, my Mexican visa is coming. Listen, it's coming through. Mexican visa application in progress. Yeah, this is what I'm on. Yeah, listen, I'm Mexican for today. Is what it is. Yeah, boom. Canelo Alvarez versus CaneloPlant. Yeah, I predicted. This is how I saw the fight going. I saw the fight going first 3 rounds, first couple of rounds. I think Canelo's gonna sort of try and work him out, etc. Like he usually does, sort of a slow start from him usually, and then sort of step up the gas from round 4, 5, and then knock, sort of really hurt him in round 6 and knock him out around 7. Okay, however, what I didn't anticipate, and something that I have to give CaneloPlant extreme amount of credit for, was the Philly shell that he had. I mentioned in my preview that he sometimes dropped his right hand to his sort of toes, to his knee, left hand over, or sort of other way around, left hand towards his knee, right hand over his chest, over his shoulder, and sort of just blocking those shots, and then using his decent footwork to get out of range quickly. Okay, I did also anticipate his defending with regards to just his close, tight-knit defending, because I never saw a lot of his fights like that. I think I watched a couple of his fights, and none of which he was defending like that. Usually he defends like that. He defends a bit more open. He's a bit more cooperative in the attack. This one is completely different. Canelo started the rounds how we would do. Started around quite slowly. What CaneloPlant did is he took advantage of that, and he chose to himself that he's going to win the first couple of rounds. Very key, because if this ends up going to points, every round is taken into consideration, and if he wins the first couple of rounds, it puts him at a very good platform to then win a couple more later on and potentially take the fight over and win it. Cool. First 3 rounds, I would say first 2 rounds I gave it to CaneloPlant. I think CaneloPlant done enough to sort of win those rounds. With regards to his, it was partly due to CaneloPlant, but partly due to Canelo Alvarez's lack of quantity of punches. He throws single punches, just waited and bang through a right hand to the body, or waited and did it through a left hand. It was a lot of single play shots and a lot of gaps in between. So I had to give those rounds to CaneloPlant. I don't think CaneloPlant really hurt Canelo and gained his respect, sort of like a Triple G. So that's why I think when CaneloPlant was throwing, Canelo Alvarez was still coming forward. See, if you gain the respect of Canelo Alvarez and you really hurt him, he's not going to just carry on walking forward to you. He's got to take a little bit more careful consideration when he attacks and he wants to approach you. But he just took it like it was nothing. Okay, then round 4 to round 5, 6, I expected Canelo to sort of step up the gas, but he kind of continued the work that he was doing around 1, 2, and 3. But what he did is that he kind of increased the intensity very slightly, and CaneloPlant still kept up the flow of things up until round 5. CaneloPlant still kept up the flow of things, and still kept on attacking, and still kept on just dropping and then slipping, and he was making Canelo miss a couple of times. That plus, a lot of the time I don't think half of the chances he made Canelo miss. The other half, Canelo actually missed those shots. It's a bit different, if that makes sense. For example, if a person is right there and just sort of like a stiff object, and I throw and I completely miss, I can't attribute my miss to that person. Does that make sense? If I miss a punching bag, I don't look at the punching bag and say, wow, rah, the punching bag, it done amazing stuff to get out of the way. Nah, not all the time, but half the time that's what happened. The other half, Canelo actually missed his shots, and it was through that Philly shell that he was missing shots, because literally CaneloPlant just did a slight little turn. Nothing. I'm not gonna lie, nothing much, but Canelo missed by a mile away. So to my understanding, even if he was in stagnated, I don't think Canelo would have hit either way. Um, but overall, it was very good defensive work from Caleb Plant. Like, and then round 7, 8, Caleb Plant seemed to just the intensity. How he started the rounds was just like he started it like a house on fire because he wanted to just win those first minute and a half. Okay, and then sort of survive and then pot shots for the rest of the half of the rounds, and then sort of try to nick the round in the end. Very sly method, and I have to applaud him for that. I really do, because it was a commendable effort. Unfortunately, he could every round after sort of the fourth or fifth, it was really it started to get slower and slower and slower, and Canelo was just getting slightly a little bit faster. It wasn't even like drastically, just slightly a little bit faster. But Canelo Alvarez was putting on the heat. Till he got to the point where he got to like round 8, round 9 or something. I think Canelo just put on the heat, and Caleb Plant was still in it. He was just defending for dear life. Like at some points, he was basically just going ultra defensive. He just shut up shop and started going ultra defensive, and then every now and then he'd peep his head over the water just to see if I can, get a jab here and there. But between round 9 and 11, he just was like, boom, Burnley style. John Obi Mikel put him on the pitch, ultra defensive. I have to give him, his credit for that, because to defend against Canelo Alvarez is a very tricky thing to do. Nevertheless, around 10, Canelo really stepped on the gas, really hurt him, and a lot of people were saying around up until round 10 that Canelo was, even though Caleb on the scorecards, it was pretty much very even. If not, Canelo Alvarez maybe slightly win, or Caleb Plant was maybe slightly ahead of some people's scorecards, but it's very competitive. A lot of people up until that point were saying, look, man, Canelo Alvarez, he's looking very predictable. He's not really stepping up the gas, I think, and sort of maximum kudos were given to Caleb Plant. But round 11 comes on, and this is why Canelo Alvarez has been really successful against what Billy Joe Saunders. I'm not going to count Yildirim, because Yildirim, dead food. But against who is it? Caleb Plant today, and all of the rest of the supermate division. And his power just starts from the beginning and continues all the way towards the end. It's not like he has a decrease in power or decrease in output. He actually just goes up. So if there was 15 rounds, most fighters won't even get to that. By the time they get to round 12, 13, they're getting knocked out. 14, not like that. We're talking, his power is just continuous, absolutely relentless. Round 11 comes, Caleb Plant really defensive, yeah. Tries to block him, bang, yeah. Canelo Alvarez decided, you know what? Sometimes you can't just expect the door to open up once in a while. Sometimes nobody's at home and you have to kick the door down. That's exactly what he did. Yeah. He waited, punt, like literally right hand, yeah, right hook. That hurt him a bit. Watched him, yeah. Punched through, a left hook through Caleb Plant's guard, yeah. Caleb Plant was like he felt it, because it was literally right through the guard, yeah. So any sort of protection, insurance policy, out the window. Left hook through the guard, and then as soon as he was coming down a bit, as soon as he was like trying to slip or trying to get out of the way, uppercut, bang, yeah. He was gone, yeah. And then straight afterwards, the referee sort of counted, and he survived the count. And then Canelo Alvarez just walked him down, KO, bruv. Yeah, it's over, bruv. Yeah. As soon as Canelo smells blood, he gets you the hell out of here, bruv. Yeah. Now he's the first ever undisputed super middleweight champion He cleaned up the 168 division in under, was it is under a year or over a year? Within a year. Crazy, yeah. Started off that year, sort of last, yeah, within the year, because started off the year last December, beating the likes of a Callum Smith, okay, and that was his introduction to the 168 division. How did he win a vacant title? I think he won a vacant title. And then he fought Callum Smith. So he won a vacant title, then fought Callum Smith, and beating Callum Smith, and sort of just like toyed, like played around with him, just watched him suffer, man. And that was heartbreaking, bro. He just what like he mauled him for 12 rounds. Like, you could have just took him out of it a bit earlier, bro, yeah, and just let the guy live. But he wanted to make him suffer for 12 rounds. Shortly afterwards, he fought Anthony Yildirim, got him the hell out of him within 3 rounds. Yeah, not a problem. Even though Anthony Yildirim has been away at the period of time, he was mandatory. He was, he did have a 2-year layoff, but he was done at it, bruv. Yeah, you can't have a 2-year layoff for jumping with Canelo Alvarez and expect to have any form of success. But boom. Then Cinco de Mayo weekend, yeah, he fought Billy Joe Saunders, and I was rooting for Billy Joe Saunders. I thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to do something very similar to CaneloPlant, but sort of jab move, single punches, a runaway, yeah, and a nick of points decision. But then I didn't anticipate that Billy Joe Saunders was like, his head would just switch halfway through and decide that he was going to go into a firefight and get burnt. Knocked out Billy Joe Saunders, smashed out his eyeball, like smashed his orbital bone, cleaned him out, yeah. And then he decided to fight CaneloPlant. Now the negotiations for that have broken down, they're reignited, and then they said, no, we're not going to do that unless you fight on our platform. CaneloPlant, by the way, is the B-side here, but Canelo Alvarez sort of, I wouldn't say humbled himself, but Canelo Alvarez decided to proceed and pretend like he's the B-side just to get the fight ahead, because that was more important as to where the networks etc was on, because Canelo Alvarez is the massive A-side but chose to fight on the B-side platform just to make them look happy, because they wanted to cash out. They knew that CaneloPlant was on his last legs. Literally scheduled this a bit tricky. Overall, it might not been the best performance from Canelo Alvarez, but when the time was right, he switched it on, saw the opportunity, decided, you know what, this guy, his doors, his windows are always locked. I can't get through to any of this. Spun it. We're gonna, but listen, we're gonna get the baseball bat and we're gonna smash through this thing. Yeah, because sometimes you can't always. There's not always an opening. Sometimes you have to create your opening, and that's exactly what the Mexican did. Now he's the first ever, not even Mexican, first ever undisputed super middleweight champion. Listen, guys, yeah, Mexican. I was about to say Mexican protection scheme, but Mexican visa coming straight through. If you like, listen, drop a like on this video. It helps out a hell of a lot. Yeah. Also subscribe. It really does help out the thing. Let me know how you saw the fight and how you would assess Canelo Alvarez. What mark would you give Canelo Alvarez? If I had to give a rating for CaneloPlant, I have to give CaneloPlant actually a very high rating. To be fair, I have to give him I have to give CaneloPlant a 10. I really do actually. Yeah, I have to give CaneloPlant a 10. Come to think of it, because I don't think you can get a better CaneloPlant than that. Nah, CaneloPlant, I'm gonna have to give it a 10. I don't think he against any other fighter going forward, even if he trains just as hard, I don't think you're gonna get that high level quality from him. So a 10 out of 10 from CaneloPlant and about 7 out of 10 for Canelo Alvarez. Could do much better, but overall, when the time was right, the quality is shown. Like this video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done it already. I'm pumped. Yeah. Viva la Mexico. Yeah, you know the way there. Peace, love, and prosperity. I'm gonna catch you guys in a bit. Peace.